I'll just set this up here. Bit of a different one today. A little bit of a, not so much a story, but a story come, what's another word for, to explain? Oh, here comes a traveller. Let him go past. This sounds good. Oh, checking on the fields.
Ê, đúng không còn đó. Đào tao thay như mấy còn. Ấy. Ê, đúng không? Sao trộn bị trộn còn có tắt luôn cái danh trên đây mà. Bạn rứa chạy có phê đó. Đây mà trộn đây nó đi ông Hùng lên luôn đây nè. Đây là ông nghe ông Hùng nói nè. Trộn mà trộn.
Hello. Ai? Trộn đó còn qua phương băng. Qua xuống hả? Qua xuống bạn bác quê Vĩnh Nôm và đang bước qua nó cũng qua mới tạo chán ngon cái chỗ bờ điền đó mới còn lái để nó không cho nước xuống nước đó ông chắc ngon cái chỗ cốc bờ điền là
tôi biết rồi chứ tôi biết
chưa cũng lên lòn mà tôi mới túi trật nó mà ra mà lái đá này để lái nước vô dạ nơi đây ô châu cho lái vô mà ông theo đồ nôm rồi bo cái cào ở chỗ ống bờ điền nó không cho mình lấy nước tưới dưỡng ở cánh
Movie. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, under. You want me to?
quay cái tâm linh. Quay tâm linh.
Okay.
Anh này đi có hạt đó.
So I've written this out, and I'll just read it as I wrote it, because otherwise I can't remember what I have to say. And it's just an add-on and more colour to what these guys are here to clean the drain out. So normally I like to express myself through my art, painting, sculpture. Now, I don't do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore, and it's not practical anyway. So as I don't do that anymore, I now like to use words in the form of poetry to try to capture the essence or the aesthetic of a subject or something I see or hear and how it makes me feel. And that's the whole point of my writing. It's about how I feel about things and how it makes me feel. Poem number 6 in Da Nang was a small example of that. When I noticed the sunlight reflecting off the moon at night through the branches of palm trees and casting shadows. So in a moment I was just hit with an array of words and a formula to put them together because of how it made me feel, and I just expressed how I felt, no more. So this is how I'm affected by what's around me, and the choice to travel, in part, is to allow me to see where that concept goes. To travel and all the new things and how they make me feel and how I respond to them. I was in the gym a few days ago and I met a guy. I could have written a poem reflecting the chance meeting of a man named Anwar at the gym, but instead I take this opportunity to talk about thoughts on why I now live this way. And I do not own anything anymore, and the link to this encounter referred to with Anwar as to how and why I live the way I do now, and the great things that happen, like this. This is great. This is cool. I've been riding around for half an hour to find a quiet place, and I rode backwards and forwards here a couple of times. Oh yeah, this will do. Ladies are in the fields there, no one's going past, and then boom bang, this happens. I think it's neat. The YouTube vids I do are a chance for me to also share, and if there is anything that someone gets or there is a takeaway from these vids, then thanks for watching. They are also about giving more than taking, and yes, being able to record what I write does offer a level of fun, you just saw that, and a bonus to what I would do anyway. I would be writing this, I would be doing what I'm doing anyway. The gym. Anwar from America was an example of the value of the moment in a chance meeting with someone, unexpected, of a time spent and enjoyed for the time it lasts, because when you part ways, it's over. The feeling of not wanting it to last versus not happening at all. One is reminded that this is the real result of being in the position of living the life of in the now or on the day only, of having no plan, yet taking the opportunity to share that moment as it happens with regard to other people, in this case Anwar. You know that your life is improved by the sharing, and a special while that it and special while it lasts, and you want it to go on and it can't, and that is meant to be this way. There is no reason. I am reminded of the definition of what an investment is: to realise a net capital gain after all associated costs are over a fixed period of time. To realise a capital gain after all associated costs are taken into account over a fixed period of time. What about the other type of investment that is in ourself? The trading of circumstance or position through lifestyle, where the rewards or benefits outweigh what is for the most part, there is a known outcome. Example, doing the same old where not much changes, but you know what you get by what you put in. But this leads me to the idea of living in a circle of safety. In investment terms, I am now the asset. and by living a life of freedom on different levels, the rewards and benefits come in the way of how you think about yourself, the growth that takes place through the dividend of opportunity, people you meet, and knowledge and stories shared. A repositioning of how you live to become more the person you are meant to be. That's all. Just changing circumstance. The point being to become a better person and knowing yourself more by removing the limits. This is just about me. Going through life with the handbrake on, through fear of getting a ticket, is no way to enjoy the ride. Get off the highway that everyone else is on and go off-road. Set your own speed and end up where you end up. Stop when you want, go when you want, instead of a series of excuses. I can't do this and shouldn't do that and someone said. I went to the gym for a workout and I met a man from a different country who was testing himself and living by his rules also, and we shared some time. A great return on my investment in myself. A return on the capital and the value I place on living this way. Comes another brother.
Hello.
Hey, xin chào.
Yeah.
He's in no hurry. I have talked about the would haves, the could haves and the should haves, etc. This is just an example of a moment, meeting Anwar, that without planning or looking for meaning, the rhythm of life exposing itself on a needs-only based lifestyle on your own terms, where it is about not what you have or what you had or what you have done, but who you are and how these moments add to the flavour of who you are. The possession of opportunity versus the possession of stuff. It's a choice. It's always a choice all along the way. It's a choice. My choice was to let go of all the stuff, including the house, for the opportunity to ask myself, who am I? What am I made of? And do I have what it takes to find out? So again, the term investment takes on another layer of a longer term return. The dividend of being content, where the risk of what you take on and what you gain versus the risk of what you lose is measured in how you live your life. Again, just about me. The compounding effect of adventure, experiences, the people that are passing through, just as I am passing through. The perspective one gains is often humbling in the reality of staying grounded, of enjoying the experience of something or someone new or different, of being on your own terms along the way, being on your own along the way instead of just collecting destinations, ticking them off and not remembering anything about how you got there. Always in a hurry. I have met people that are in a hurry to the destination to tick places off. And look, no blame, but in order for me to grow and learn, I've asked them, how'd you feel along the way, and what are the things you did, and some of the things that happened, and believe it or not, they're struggling to remember what it is that they did or where they'd been. They were just trying to get somewhere. That's cool. I'm just trying to balance that out in my own terms. Anwar made me feel rich. He made me feel that the investment I had made in myself was paying off. He was kind and generous towards me, and freely gave of his time. He said that my story inspired him, and in an instant there was my reward, and that he was glad to have met me. Well, Anwar, if you see this, I am very glad to have met you, for inspiring me to reflect and write this. He gave me the opportunity to share a little bit more about why I do what I do. Just a little bit about what inspires me to take on the challenge of writing. And what underpins that is just an expression of emotion and reflection on how I'm affected by what I do and what I see and the people I meet and where I go. That's all. And Anwar stopped me. He didn't intend to and realise it. We talked about it. He stopped me from just taking that meeting and writing something about it, and which I started to do. And I thought, well, why don't I write about why I write? So that's all I'm trying to explain here. So I'm quite grateful to him. When we talked, the other listened. We laughed, and even at one point I was a little bit overwhelmed at the wonderfulness of the encounter and the sharing, only to be rewarded from Anwar with a comment from him and a gesture of what that meant to him, and the effect in return as a takeaway for Anwar. He too was affected by our meeting, knowing that he had something to enjoy and remember in his own way on his journey of place and self. If you see this vid, Anwar, and you want to do a collab on a song, reach out, brother. It would be an honour. I've never done that before, but I sure would like to try. So I haven't written. That's it. So what do I say now? Well, that's it really. There's butterflies over here, black ones, white ones, and just an explanation a little bit, not a justification, just a sharing of what inspires me. And when I reflect on not what you have or what you had or what you've done, the colour and the beauty of the grounding that is taking place is in the knowledge of each day something's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know something is, and I'm tempted all the time to put the camera on the bike and just go out and record, because every time something happens, it did coming here, something happened. These guys here, it happens, and there's great value to me in the small things, and it's the small things that I connect with now, because they have the biggest meaning, the biggest effect. So thanks very much for being a part of that as well. As I say, I do this for me, and it's just a sharing. It is a giving more than a taking, and there you go. I'll see if I can get another shot of something. See if I can catch a butterfly. Where'd you go? Only a little one.